Alright, hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Dorothy. I'm your professional astrologer, and you can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com. And I'm having a special, and I would like you to, this is what it is, go to my website and sign up for my newsletter that goes out twice a month. Has everything on it you would ever want to know about what I'm doing. And if you sign up, what I will be doing over the next few months is choosing 3 people every month for a free 20-minute astrology session with me, and this is a phone session. But if the response is huge, then I will pick 3 a week. So come to my website, join my subscription, and good luck. So today I want to talk about December and what's going on for December. So we have this major cardinal T-square going on. And so the beginning of this, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, and then the next little piece will be more specific to each zodiac sign, okay? So just listen in. You won't even know I'm doing it. I'm just going to cut and paste. So I want you to know we have between December 4th and December 10th, and that's the intense period. We can feel it a little bit on either side. We have Mars in the sign of Libra. Mars in Libra can be passive-aggressive. Our actions, we're looking for our actions to be controlled and balanced, but they typically don't feel controlled and balanced. That's why we're looking for that to happen. All right? Then we also have Mars making a square aspect to Pluto right around the 8th and 9th of December. And when Mars squares Pluto, this is obsession and this is controlled power is what we would call it. But we're looking for action. Mars in Libra wants action. Pluto in Capricorn is looking for those deep-rooted changes, those deep-rooted transformational pieces. Now, I know we're in Sagittarius time of year, but it feels very Scorpio to me because we do have some Scorpio stuff still lingering. So this means that whatever was going on and whatever is, transforming and coming up and out of us, like this, deep volcano, things are coming up and out, we can really feel it rumbling right now. Allow this healing process to happen. Allow this process to erupt. Because on December 10th, Mars will be in an opposition to Uranus, and that is quick, sudden shifts and changes. All right, so that's what we have. Mars and Uranus are in an opposition to each other, and then Pluto is, whatever direction, doesn't matter, is in a square to both of those. And Mars is the faster moving planet, so it's the one triggering everything. So that means we're seeking and searching for balance now that we've gone through some sort of deep and very deep transformation that has come from very much within and is coming up and out. All right? Allow this process to happen so you can heal. Deep things from the past will be coming up for all of this. So that's the hardest part of all of what's going on with this cardinal T-square. But when they're cardinal, that means it is about shifting and changing, and we're going to allow that to happen. Now, to finish off this general piece of what's going on in the middle of December, actually it's the first 10 days of December, we also have Mars is making a sextile to the Sun in Sag, and so the Sun in Sagittarius is making connections throughout this T-square, and they're positive connections. He's trining Uranus and a sextile to Mars, semi-sextiles to Pluto. So the Sun will help to put that silver lining and give us opportunities if we allow the transformation to happen that this T-square is asking of us. Because Mars, Uranus, and Pluto are the heavy hitters when they're together. It's like the mob coming through and making a change. It really is. Breathe, stay centered. If you practice yoga, it's just like, standing on one foot. You feel that straight, calm, centered, no matter what's going on around you. Allow these shifts to come up and out. All right, so on December 4th to December 30th, we also have Venus in the sign of Scorpio. So it moves in there on December 4th. When Venus is in the sign of Scorpio once a year, usually about 3.5 weeks, we get to focus in on our love relationships and what is going on there, and also the things that we love. So let me address both of these, and then we'll get to the house that it is for you. So, love relationships, how we love, what we love. When it's in the sign of Scorpio, when Venus moves into Scorpio, she can become very obsessive and very passionate. That's a fun piece. Or jealous. Not so fun. We can feel there's something going on under the surface if we're not open and honest all the time. there is a period here where our relationships, our love relationship especially, is going through a deep transformation. There needs to be a look at what's going on behind the scenes, what's going on under the surface. And if you're feeling uneasy, excuse me, if you're feeling uneasy, then it's in a relationship, then it's time to address this, because transformation must happen. It will happen one way or another. It'd be good if you were to initiate it. Because if you're feeling obsessed or jealous or uneasy in a relationship, those are all based in fear. And we don't want that. That's not a healthy way to be in a relationship with anybody, especially ourselves. So work on that and go through that process in that internal check to see where your love relationship is, and then have the conversation if you need to. We have Mercury coming into Capricorn soon, and I'll get to that in a second, and that will help. But, so you can say also, well, I'm not in a love relationship, so how am I going to use this Venus in Scorpio? Well, the way you're going to use the Venus in Scorpio is through the things that you love, the things that mean stuff to you, you know, the things that you're passionate about. Usually it's how we create beauty, or the beauty we have around us, whether we love to decorate, we love to paint. My Taurus piece, I love to collect rocks. I got a ton of them over here. Someday I'll show you. You know, and so what do you do with that? You know, that Venus in Scorpio helps us to take our skills, our talents, and transform them into something else. So that, to me, it sounds like a hobby. So we take a hobby, something that we really love. Hobbies are things that we love to do. And if we choose at this point in time, we can actually take that and transform that into a stream of income. Because that's what that energy is all about. So take these energies and focus at it. And so it is in what Pisces, house? All of this goes on in your solar 9th house. So how does that work? The 9th house represents higher education, metaphysical studies, what we believe in, and so what you value, your beliefs, and the people that you have those mutual beliefs with. All of that is what's going through the transformation right now, with that Venus moving through Scorpio in that sector of your chart for the month of December. So it's all right. So, you know, we all have that Scorpio somewhere, so your beliefs have probably throughout your life gone through a major shift anyways. And so with Venus moving through there, you're just going to be able to either bring a partner with you to help you go through these shifts, or you're going to really have a shift in your values, in what you believe. It's okay. We all go through these things throughout our lives. Moving on to December 9th, Mercury enters the sign of Capricorn then. And when Mercury's in Capricorn, communication turns into things that are more focused and more serious, down to earth, very logical, practical, communicating, thinking, moving around, all of those things. It represents wisdom and very much a lot of thoughtfulness, because we want everything to be organized, and dare we not know all the answers, right? It's in your solar 11th house, and with all this energy in your 11th house, it means that you could really start focusing on some goals. The 11th house is social endeavors, groups that we really like to get get behind, that we want to be part of. It's also our hopes and our dreams. So when Mercury in Capricorn moves through there, you can be very logical, practical, and set yourself up some really good goals, but do it through the new moon cycle, through the waxing cycle of the moon. All right, that's on December 11th. That is a separate forecast that will be posted later. I'll tell you about it at the end, okay? So listen to the end. And so with that, where was I? Mercury and Capricorn moving through the 11th house, it also conjoins with Pluto, who's already been in that sector for a while. So your friendships, the groups you belong to, the social things that you're very interested in, have already been going through major shifts for the last couple of years anyways. Mercury moving through there is just going to give you some brilliant ideas on how to continue on your shifts, especially if you've been feeling stuck lately. The square to Uranus it makes on the 20th will also help encourage sudden shifts, sudden moments of light bulbs going off, so we're able to create some new ideas and set ourselves some new goals. All right? Again, do that during the waxing phase of the moon. December 21st, of course, is the winter solstice, and that's when the sun enters that sector of your chart. So you will be, wherever the sun is where we highlight. Our ego essence wants to go to that spot, and we want to really focus in on how it will serve us. So during the time of the sun in Capricorn, from December 21st to approximately January 20th, we will be focusing in on our friendships and our relationships and everything I've already said about the 11th house, what we want to get behind. It's very important for us because we're going to feel like we really want to do these things. So as a Pisces, the energy of focusing is not always easy. I get it, but this will help you to kind of hone in on what it is that you need, because you guys don't know boundaries. So having this Capricorn energy, you can really focus in on something that's important for you. All right, a cause that's very important for you, something that's important for everybody, but you can still get behind it. That's how we use the sun in such a transpersonal sector. All right, let's move on to the last two aspects. December 25th, the moon is full in the sign of Cancer. Yeah, Christmas Day, the moon in Cancer. Christmas Eve, the moon's in Cancer. So when we have the full moon in Cancer on Christmas, that's nice, because that's just the culmination of the moon coming into, the family place, because the moon owns the sign of Cancer, it rules it, right? And so all we want to do is just go home. We want to go home, we want to be with family, and if we can't do that, then we're going to bring people around us that we love, people that we can call family, even though we're not blood related. This goes on in your solar 5th house, so you, unlike anybody else in the forecasts that I've spoken of today, you guys get to, you might just think that, going out and playing and having fun, that 5th house where it happens, and just being fun and creative is just going to be the best thing for you. You might not want to stay home. You might just want to go out and play. All right? I've told everybody else to stay home, but you guys, it's in your 5th house. And the 5th house is fun, and it's adventurous, and it's creative, and it's love affairs, and go for it. Have a great time. The final aspect I want to talk about is the moon conjunct Pluto. Conjunct Jupiter. And it's right near where the eclipse was on September 13th. This is on New Year's Eve. All right, December 31st. Yeah, you know what New Year's Eve is. I get it. So it's what this really shows me is the sense we had the eclipse in September. Once a month, when the moon comes through and it gets near those degrees, right around 20 degrees of Virgo, a couple of degrees on either side, it can trigger more of the eclipse if we didn't feel it exactly on that day, all right, in September. Jupiter's there now, and it's been there for a little while, just a couple of weeks, but the moon will come through now in December 31st, and trigger that point. And when it does trigger that point, what it's going to do is it's going to help us to realize those things in our lives which we need to let go of. All right, and I say that Moon-Jupiter conjunction is nice. It's just good emotional stuff. But the sign of Virgo, it's in your solar 7th house, so it's good. You're going to relate a lot to the partnerships and relationships that you have in your life. But what we get to do with this, especially just because socially the time of year, this is the year where we let go of things. May old acquaintance be forgot, old lang syne, and we're reminiscing about the year that has come and gone. So the positive thing we can get out of this energy of the moon conjunct Jupiter, where the eclipse was on September 13th, is that we can very much see where the things we don't want to take into 2016. The best thing we can do with this, we don't need to set New Year's resolutions because the moon's waning. They're not going to stick. Wait until the new moon in January. But in the meantime, focus on those things that you need to let go of. And it's not that hard either, because these things should naturally just come up. And we just look at it. It's like, how many times do I have to think about this? And it's like, well, I guess one more time. So you look at it, you understand what it is, and you say, this is what I do personally. I love you. Thank you for the lesson. Goodbye. And I don't care if I have to say that 20 times to the same thing until it gets out of my head. But it helps. It's a process that helps us to release things in a really healthy way. Because we thank them for the lessons. Because if we thank it for the lesson's done. It really is. We don't have to do it again. So for Pisces, I'm going to leave you with that. Please, if you subscribe to this channel, you'll be notified when the new moon, full moon forecasts come out. So please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I appreciate that. And again, come to my website. The links are in the text box if they're not up in one of these corners, okay? come to my website and subscribe to my email newsletter, and your email will be entered into the contest for a free 20-minute session. All right. Thank you, and thank you for a wonderful year. Please come back. I'll be here. Blessings. Namaste.